Hello everyone, welcome to Open Minded with Teemara. So, I have a guest with me today and his name is Angelo. Angelo is from a show that, all these podcasts out here, I'm sick of these podcasts, but, they out here. So, Angelo is from a podcast by the name of Talk That Ish. And guess what? He goes viral a lot. He's very controversial. He talk a lot of ish. And I guess I needed to have him on to pick his brains, because a lot of y'all trigger women and men out here nowadays. So Angelo is here, everyone. Hello, Angelo.
Up,
how are you?
Angelo's here. I'm chilling. How you doing, T?
Pretty good. So I wanted to have you on because I see that you go viral a lot. You talk a lot of ish. What is the name of your podcast?
Talk That Podcast.
Go ahead, introduce yourself and let them know about who you are.
My name is Angelo, known as Angelo. Serial entrepreneur, videographer, director, producer, artist, Airbnb owner, coach.
Okay, so you got a lot going on. You got music. I like your music.
I appreciate you.
I see
We got
you
a song
all
called
over.
Sharice going viral right now, so we working.
I see you all over. So
Yeah.
we're gonna dive in because I see that y'all are controversial as hell.
Hell yeah.
Especially your podcast. I see the back and forth with the ladies and with you. So it's a lot going on lately. It's a lot. I put out a post recently about the liberation of women's sexuality and between, with masculinity and femininity. I put out all that stuff just to get the feedback from men and women of how they feel. Based on what's been going on in society with the female. I see that on your podcast. The ladies are going back and forth about masculinity, what's required, what a woman should be, who should be submissive. I am tired of podcasts. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Based on that, what is your views and what is your opinion on how women are now?
How women are now?
Yeah, with relationships.
In real life or on camera?
In real life. How is the dating world?
I keep it a stat with y'all. Women be fronting for the camera. Like if you a real man, it's all a show, right?
You think so?
Of course, they put their representatives out there, but we're in the bedrooms with them. We're in the dates with them. We're in real life with them. They not really like that. If I'm keeping it 100 with you, they not really like that.
So no.
Women are known for fronting. They gonna put it out there. I'm strong. I'm masculine, but behind closed doors,
the right dude is a different ballgame.
They're on their knees.
So what about y'all you stay on their knees?
Praying.
Praying? Oh, okay.
Amen.
Well, I guess. But I see that a lot of y'all men on social media complaining about submissive women and what women should be and what women should do. It's a lot of that on social media.
I mean, yeah, that's just the space that we're in right now. I think because of the beginning times of like emasculating a black man, where black men are, trying to be more vocal now. Our emotions matter too, and even as far as our egos being able to be shown within, like, especially my generation, Gen Z, where like we are hardworking young men, we are making money. Most of the times we feel like we're bringing more value to a woman than they're bringing to us, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so like now that's being expressed because it became a thing to express it. Like, oh, hey, like I'm a high value man, whatever that's considered. But that's just a man's ego talking because a woman's ego started to speak. Now, how do we defend ourselves? We have to talk back now.
So I think that it's not productive, from my opinion.
I agree with you.
I
think it's counterproductive if you're trying to settle down.
Yeah, because it's just, because a lot of women, when I go on social media and I speak to a lot of women outside social media, it's just men are so triggered up and down social media.
Facts.
And I believe that I've met some in real life, off social media, that repeat the same thing on, I go on a date and I see, well, are you submissive or what do you bring to the table, 50-50, and I'm like, wait, are we soaking up everything we hear on social media? This is not every man. I don't want y'all to think that I'm saying every man is out here doing that. But to be honest with you, it's a consistent behavior that I'm seeing in men a lot lately. And it's annoying.
I'm annoyed too. Like, I feel you on that. And I think because we are in a social media culture, right? If you ever think about just naturally, just the little stuff, like let's talk about the Alabama brawl, right? Everybody's talking about it. So if we see something going viral, and it's what we're feeding ourselves. If these blogs like Shade Room, Spiritual Word are, hey, man says this, of course. Now men are like, wait, numbers, wait, women are in the comments. Oh, I'm about to just chime myself in. That's just the culture that we're in. But I genuinely don't feel like when a man who truly likes women, or is truly in love with a woman, he doesn't feel necessarily the same way. But as a single man, when you're dating, and it's bad out here because women do have the same privileges as men now in regards to how they express themselves. It's making us very uncomfortable. I'm tight.
Are you in a relationship?
Nah, it's hard to be in a relationship right now.
So you see, and y'all playing too. A lot of y'all are out here, and I get it because everybody got this whole free spirit thing going. So a lot of men are taking advantage. Do you think men are taking advantage of how, like, women are behaving? Because I personally think that y'all are.
In regards to like how,
personally, in the sense of women saying, I don't, because a lot of men are saying women are tapping into their masculinity where they're acting more like dudes, and they hit you up to get something, keep it pushing, no relationship, no attachment.
I got a question.
So
you ever notice the pattern in those types of men? Like men who pay bills and men who are able to put women in a better position. You think most women are talking back to them or expressing themselves about that man, or they're complaining about the majority of men that aren't capable of putting women in better positions?
I think it's 50-50.
I don't think it's split down the middle because it's not as many men that could provide that lifestyle.
Not every man could provide, but that is another fabrication that I need people to deal with reality. When we say men are out here providing and taking care of women, majority of us are barely making it. Majority of us.
Of course.
Most of us are.
That's why women are complaining, though.
Yeah, the women. But you see, that's not. I tell women from my perspective, that's not reality either.
Yeah, but
if
women
we're
don't
out
live
here
in the real
telling
world, though.
what.
Women don't live in the real world. They live in their world.
They live in not all women. I ain't gonna take that.
Of course, it's not
all women. There are some women that are listening
women
to the Cardi B and the, listening to music and it's telling them broke this and broke that. So I understand that concept, but that's not reality, and that's not every woman. But there are more women out here that's educating themselves and getting their own bags.
Yeah, they're just not as fun sometimes.
What do you mean by that?
Like the women with their own bags and that deal with reality that way, they're just not as fun. As a man, what stimulates us isn't always that. That's cool, like for later on in life, where if I'm really trying to settle down with something serious, that's lit. But most men also want to have fun.
But the same man that's saying that he wants to have fun, that same woman that's out here playing, y'all calling her 304s.
But there's a reason why we always go back to those women, though. If you ever think about it, people select who they want. You see the actions that somebody has, right? Like, why do you choose to deal with that if it's bothering you so much? Why can't people just admit to themselves, like, I like that, even though it's bad for me?
That is true. I agree with that.
Right? Like, it's the semantics of it. Like, nobody wants to admit that maybe I like this person who's bad for me. Because why do I keep on attaching myself to these people?
And some people do like bad.
I could tell you that I like what's bad for me, lady. So if you bad,
like what bad's for you?
If you bad, baby, come here.
You one of those?
I'm one of them. I'm 24. I'm young.
You out here wasting time. So he's one of them time wasters for the young ladies that need somebody to waste their time.
What if I'm just maximizing on my time?
I mean, listen, you're young, so I totally understand your concept of how you look at it. But what I want to know is that because there are young men that are out here, women that are operating the same mentality that you just displayed. I'm out here to have fun. Men are calling them names. Men are calling them 304s. Men are saying they no good, waste of time, trash. They giving y'all back the same energy.
I've always had a thing against people who say things that they're attached to, right? Like, I could call a woman whatever, but why am I still dealing with her? So it's connotation, right? Mm-hmm. I could call you a slut or whore, but what if I like slut or whores?
So it's all subjective.
It's all subjective, but it's like people, like, if you tell me, for example, women who like the gangsters, right? Like, this man might clearly be bad for you and your future and your livelihood, but you're attracted to that. You could call him all types of names, but you're still dealing with him. Mm. I can't sit here and be like, oh, because he's that and I view him as that. No, you think this person stimulates you. Like, that's what I'm saying. People don't want to admit that people who are bad they like people who are bad for them. Mm-hmm. That's just it. That's just nobody wants to admit to themselves, like, maybe I do not like what's good for me. Because I can tell you this, I know who I'm going to when it's time. I know who good.
So you know who's good for you.
I know who good, baby. I know she gotta wait.
Oh, so you gonna just play the field with everybody else and then put on the ice.
You gotta understand too, like, I feel like the reality is, right, like, I don't have enough discipline at the moment to even.
That's understandable. You're a young man.
I'm young. I'm getting lit. My platform's up. I'm making money. I'm traveling. I'm seeing a plethora of women everywhere. The reality is, temptation is gonna kill me. Like, and then once I'm tired of that, because most men don't want to stop. They get tired of things, right? Like, we get tired of this lifestyle of dealing with so much woman, but like, the more life elevates, the type of woman, the caliber of woman, the situation.
What is the caliber of woman you're looking for?
Right
if
now?
you was to settle now, whether you wanted to settle down, what's the
if
caliber?
I was to settle down, I like humble women though. Like, any woman I've ever taken serious is a very humble person. Mm-hmm. So that whole act bad situation, I jack all of it.
So you love all that. You love all the Sukianas and the.
Yeah, because like you gotta think about Sukihana like to what we see and compared to like what somebody who loves her sees, right? So
Two
it's
different
like,
sides.
It's two different sides. I always say that. It was like I be looking at girls. I be like, yo, I go after the loud ones, right? Like I love me a Nicki Minaj type girl because I want to see how you submit.
Oh, so you like the one that's gonna
man.
challenge your personality and then
of course, like I want to see because she don't got that energy for everybody. There's no way.
That is true. That is true.
Like,
cause I always say, there's always a man out here that's gonna humble you.
That's gonna humble you. Same thing with me. I know.
And the same thing applies to men. There's always gonna be a woman out here that's gonna bring you to reality.
Of course.
Make you wanna come home.
I've had a lot. I could tell you this. I've had the luxury of meeting a lot of beautiful, humble women that have humbled me. I've met great women who, especially the women who, if I'm on bullshit, they're like, I don't want to be here. I love that. Because when I'm ready, I'll come for that. But at the moment, I want to play around sometimes. So
right now, at your age and where you're at, you're in play mode.
I shouldn't be saying this on camera because I ain't.
Might as well. You hear? You go ahead and say it, sir.
I got a couple girlfriends that think they really my girlfriends.
Go ahead. Wow, you one of those?
I'm one of those.
This generation, so it don't matter what age it is. Y'all out here just messing with people's emotions and mentality. Don't matter the age.
Yes,
wow.
and you know what the best part about the game too is, as much hearts as I may break or whatever, my heart gets broken too.
Your heart get broken too.
Of course.
Even though you out here playing.
Yeah, we all playing.
Oh.
That's the game.
So let me ask you: do you look to ever get married?
Of course.
Do y'all even think about getting married?
Big monogamy. I think about marriage all the time. Mm-hmm. When I'm done doing what I'm doing. I don't think about.
I mean, you know what? I can respect it. I would. You know, you're 24 years old. 24. I can definitely respect a young man playing the field. The thing is this though: don't waste that young woman time.
Of course.
Because this is what they do. They'll have that young woman in love and waiting and playing. And by the time she's what? You 24, she's 24, she's playing with you, you playing with her. You got her lying to her, telling her all kind of shit. By the time she get 30, you still playing with her. She ain't got no babies.
Can I tell you this
still
though?
playing, wasting
Can I tell you this though?
Wasting time, ladies.
Miss T, you know what you just did just now?
I'm just breaking down reality.
No. This is what you this is what you did. What women love to do is never hold themselves accountable. I mean, you don't have to be here.
That is a fact. I can't disagree with you on that one. That's why I'm telling the women, pay attention to what you choose to waste your time with. If you're a young woman, you always have to look at your time window. If you want children, you want to be married, and you see Mr. Good Looking, Mrs. Smooth Talking, Chinky Eye over here, telling you all the sweet nothings, and now you done waste your whole 20s, and he's still playing because he got the bag and he look good, and now you know you want children, you know you want to settle down. Take accountability and not waste time with him.
You know what's so funny about wasting your 20s? You don't know you wasted your 20s till you wasted your 20s.
You won't know.
That's my favorite part of the game. And the thing with men is like, because I'm always able to have kids, I don't have to worry about that.
Ladies, listen to what he just said.
I'm giving the game. I'm giving the game. Look,
listen,
I got a little sister. I got a bunch of sisters in my life. I give them the game all the time. That's how men are. That's how we think. I just say it. That's why podcast is so viral. But if you really listen closely, I'm really putting everybody on the game because there's women out here that would watch this and be like, he not like that with me. Facts.
He treats me good. He gonna be my man.
Part of that, yeah, because I'm so much of a real person. Like in my opinion, I think I'm.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
I could curse.
You could curse. Go ahead.
I'm a real nigga, right?
Okay.
Because I know who to not play with. Mm-hmm. So if I feel like I'm about to waste your time, but I feel like you a good person, I'ma spare you. Not love.
Oh, you one of those. Oh, so nice.
But I know who I want to play the game with too sometimes, and sometimes there's a lot of casualties in war.
Wow. Ladies, as I always tell you, they're always going to war.
Always going to war. Always.
Ladies, they're always going to war. Be smart who you choose to spend your emotions with. Because at the end of the day, only you value yourself. They don't care. They're going to have the fun. And like I said, we can't blame the man. I always tell women, don't blame men. Blame yourself for putting yourself in the predicament. Because a person can tell you anything. A man will tell you anything. And vice versa. It's up to you to choose to be involved and deal with it or walk away. So I love the fact that you're sharing these gems for these young ladies.
I'm just giving a free game. I ain't really like this love, that's not me.
I love the fact that you over here talking about love. It's cute. It's very cute.
Right? So you see how it works though, right?
I could see if this is how I see how it work. If I was a impressionable young woman that loved demise and was just impressed by your energy, of course, it will be very easy to manipulate that young woman.
Now,
from a young woman that understand that shit don't matter, you could be the cutest motherfucker in the planet. Excuse my language. Could be the cutest man on the planet. It does not matter.
You know the best way to hide is in plain sight. The
best way to what?
To hide is in plain sight.
I guess.
Because it's like bad men, or what people consider bad men, will literally tell women that they're bad men. Mm-hmm. And women will somehow find a way to convince themselves that there's no way he's this bad.
He's treat me so good. A lot of women, but you see this,
or like stimulation. He might not treat you good. You might like the fact that he doesn't treat you good. I'll tell you this. I don't like women.
Some women are attracted to bad boys. I'm not going to lie to you. There are women,
especially
majority of women, because women. It's something about, it's older women too. It's something about the confidence in a man, and that's why I always say men control submissiveness from a woman.
Amen.
It's not the other way around. It's the man that control it. It's something about the confidence that man has, the leadership that man has, that makes her feel protected, safe, and say, you know what, I'm gonna listen to what he gotta say. I'm gonna do what he says.
Yes.
So 9 times out of 10, it's the man that controls the narrative.
Amen.
So in that area, when it comes to submissiveness. So yeah, I get it. I totally understand that aspect.
A woman's energy holds as much weight too, because
if she's aware of it, if she knows herself.
Sometimes it's just sometimes naturally, like I believe in like good spirits. Like there's some people you look at that just make you smile, that just give you a feeling that you don't know where it's coming from. Mm-hmm. They might not say or do it, they might not even be aware of it, but like some people do possess crazy energy where you're like, oh, I have to respect you. Like you could run into like 1,000 women that you don't respect, and you just meet this one person,
and she just got a great energy, great vibe,
great spirit, great vibe. Just like
it could happen. That happens sometimes.
So it's like that matters too. And I realize most of the women that do have that energy don't know that they have that energy, because I have a problem with women that go around telling me who they are without me asking them, or even finding out. Yeah, don't tell me. All right, aside from like this pussy good or whatever, like the whole like I'm a good person. Don't tell me that.
Let you find out on your own.
I gotta find out. That's subjective. What if I don't like good people?
I get that.
What if the good person to me is a bad person? But like when you start bragging about yourself, to me it just kind of starts showing insecurities a little bit of like, oh, it hasn't been working out because you think you're a good person.
I get that.
You know
I
what
can
I'm
understand
saying? So that's just how I be feeling.
So you feel right now, like I asked you the question already about being this age and not really rushing to be married, how do you feel men from your generation that are not even on your status? How do you feel? Because I see a lot of anger. I'm not going to lie to you. I do see up and down, and I know that, and I see it outside of social media where there are a lot of anger in men of how they feel towards women. It's very hostile. Like, a lot of men express their feelings, and I love it. I want y'all to know that I embrace the fact that men are very vocal on how they feel. I'm all for it. I'm not okay with disrespect. Like the whole podcast going around disrespecting women, I'm not okay with that. But I embrace y'all, expressing yourself, but sometimes it's too much.
I agree. I think my thing is with that, right? Men being, I don't believe in being overly expressive with my woman, because part of me being a leader and a protector sometimes is me suppressing that and understanding that in order for her to thrive, I have to say less and do more, and she's allowed to say more and do less sometimes as a man. But also, like, women never want to address the fact that a main reason why men are able to do a lot is because the other women that don't agree with the woman but agree with the men. So like I did a post the other day where women are telling me like, yeah, can't express yourself. Oh yeah, like, or even when I do the controversial post, it always splits down the middle. I love that, where it's like I'll say some misogynistic stuff on purpose. Girls, oh, you shouldn't be saying that, doing that. Other girls come in, what? Y'all know what he talking about? Y'all really like that. So like then it becomes that thing of like, I'm being enabled on this side by your kind. So I don't even have to talk to you. Y'all gotta talk to each other and figure that joint out. So men are also, especially like men who women are attracted to, and women are very submissive when they're attracted to men.
Yeah.
So it's like, when you have that side of like, no, there's women that actually like me out here. There's women that actually value what I have to say or do. The ego gets a rush. Now, what you have to say doesn't even matter anymore because they're just as attractive. They might be just as valuable as you. So that's where the disconnect comes from. I'll tell you this, I get enabled by women all the time, even when I'm wrong. I'll tell a woman, I was like, yo, I know I'm wrong, but this person's okay with me being wrong. So then you have that. When you look at men talk on social media, aside from the engagement that they get, it's also, there's a lot of women in the back of the ear like, yes, daddy, whatever you say. You're battling with a lot of that, especially in like submissive.
So it's the ego. It's massaging the ego of that man.
Of course. A lot of women have internalized misogyny. Like a lot of women have a lot of women have that.
I can't disagree with you on that one.
You know what I'm saying? Like they always feel like whatever, especially like if you believe in traditional mindset, that's real. That's real. And it allows men to thrive in these spaces where, because the world is agreeing. But even as far as like, you'll see women who disagree with you and still willing to sleep with you. So like, do you disagree with me?
It's sometimes because women are attracted to what they're attracted to.
But I'm trying to show you,
regardless of their views.
That's what I'm trying to show you. Like with men are the same way. We, as much as we may not like this girl that's posting her ass, we get it. We gonna go get it. We gonna go do it. We're gonna do it.
Why though? Why complain about her but still pick her up? That's the part I never understand.
I don't want to say I'm not wife her because I'm the type to wife that. I ain't gonna lie.
You won't wife that?
I would wife that.
So that's the part I don't. But then complain about these women. Y'all will get these type of women. She will take your bag, sleep around, do you dirty. You're bitter.
Never had that.
All right, you never had that.
I can't deal with that.
But why?
Why do we have to attach that with that? All
right, so why do you need that woman though? And then complain about her.
What you mean? Like she look good.
But y'all complain about her in the bulk, all through social media.
About what though? Like what?
These hoes, y'all out here showing your body.
Me personally, can I be honest with you? I don't even look at women that way. Those women are harder to deal with than the ones that are in scrubs. The nurses that are doing the hard labor and shifts are the one that's easy to sleep with. They're stressed out. This girl's walking outside and hello, I'm talking about talk right now. The girl that's at the club, she probably get touched like once or twice by somebody.
I don't know that. Allegedly, we don't know that. We don't know all them girls are doing that.
Oh no, it's not all of them. I'm letting you know. It's just easier because they don't have to battle the stigma, right? It's easy to think like, oh, she's a sweet girl. No, she's a nympho. Like she wants to fuck. It's like that. That's why when I say I would wife the other one, is because of that realistic reality of like, I know this is what it comes with. The scary part about wife in this one is I don't know what it comes with. I know what it's presenting me.
Oh, so you would wife the one that's out here showing you exactly who she is? That's what you're saying?
I could deal with truth. I could deal with that.
Then the one that's wearing the scrub and acting like she classy.
Of course, and you find out everything else under the sun.
Sleeping with the janitor at work.
She bugged out. Huh?
And she's sleeping with the janitor at work.
Sleeping with the janitor. She could be sleeping with the ballers too. It's all like, that's the thing. And I don't mind people being that. I just like, I know what I'm getting myself into dealing with that. I'm dealing with the pressure of other men with more money than me, men with more clout, men who probably could, do more than me, other men she might be attracted to because she's in there every night. Whatever. I know what I'm getting into. Mm-hmm. With this one, I don't know. Because why? You talk to anybody outside their work field, they're people. They have fantasies. They got goals and dreams and stuff like that. And you never know. Like it's the same thing you're battling. But I rather know. So when it happens, I'm reassured of like, yeah.
I get that. I totally understand.
But with this one, it's gonna hurt because it's like, damn sis, I thought you was wholesome. And I grew up in a church. I can tell you, love. I grew up in a church. Mm-hmm. That's the strip club for real.
Oh, so the ones that are like that are not really like that.
Come on, son. Like that's the reality of it. And as much as we don't want to talk about it because of like the agendas that come with these things, mm-hmm. I understand. Like we don't got to talk. I'm gonna tell you what it is though, because I'm really outside with women. I could tell you like I've met really great strippers, bottle girls, and nightlife workers and sex life workers, and I've met really shitty, average 9-to-5 people. Mm-hmm. That's just been my experience. I'm not saying that's everybody on both spectrums. No, it's always shitty on both sides, but we got to call it a spade as individuals. Like that individual is that.
She's so like that.
That individual over here could be just as corrupted as the other one. But because one looks like that, people want to judgment on that one person. Yeah, like
I get that.
I don't think with my eyes. I can tell you this. I come from a Haitian household where like we have to act. Like the protocol is we have to act like a family even when we're not a family inside the house, outside the house. So coming from that mindset already, I already know how it could be faked.
Gotcha.
You get what I'm saying? Like it's all those things, but me being like aware of that and knowing that it's not normal and it's not okay, I address it. Like I'll bring a stripper to the crib. I'm not ashamed.
So you would wife a stripper, full stripper?
Hell yeah, strippers in my line.
Really?
Got the starlets.
Wow. Okay.
I would retire a stripper.
Okay, that's fair.
I would retire because I ain't gonna lie. You're not gonna be my girl, and because I have a problem with that being your way of living. and I have a problem with that. I just don't like it. But my job is to get you out of that, like create a space for you to come and make money elsewhere. Because no stripper want to be a stripper forever. As a young girl, it could be like a nice little fetish. You enjoy your looks, yada yada. After a year in, you see how stressful that job is for them. They don't want to do that shit.
Okay, I get you.
They always looking for the ballers to get out.
Okay, so you would go save one.
I go save a stripper.
So ladies, on that note, we have a young man that's out here is willing to save a stripper. So if you are in a strip club and you need saving, Angelo's here for you.
1-800 save a stripper.
Here to save.
1-800 save a stripper.
So I have a part of my show that I do. Go ahead and get the lips over there.
Smooches.
So it's called Lip Action. So I have a question that I want to ask you regarding lip action. How do you feel about women, how do you feel about the women and how they are today and being more sexually liberated? How do you feel about that?
Personally, I don't
like the Sukianas and the,
I love that for them.
Red, you do?
No, for them. You could be as sexually liberated as you want. The same way I'm okay with you being sexually liberated, you have to be okay with me not being okay with you being sexually liberated. It's just for me.
That's a fair answer.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I love that. Do your thing. I don't have to attach myself to that. Like, I'm not judging you or nothing. Like, you could do what you do. I personally just don't like it.
Why don't you like it?
It's no man really truly wants somebody everybody has access to sexually. Don't want that. I want to feel like every man has an ego. I have to feel like I'm the man. I have to be the only one that feels like can make you orgasm. That's what I got. I don't care if it's not true. I have to feel like that's
so you just want the lie to be your lie.
Not the lie. It don't gotta be a lie. It don't gotta be a lie. It just doesn't have to be true. Like, I have to feel like women don't understand. You get the best out of a man when you feed his ego.
I get that.
If you make him feel like he's protecting you and he's providing and all these things, you make him feel like he's king. He will treat you 10 times better because you have to feed his ego, and it makes him feel better than his counterparts. Andrew Tate, he said that.
I hear you.
You get what I'm saying though? Like, it's that. Like, men want to feel that rush of feeling better than other men around them, feeling like, they run their house, they run their woman.
That's fair. That's fair.
And the true way to submit to a man, honestly, is by submitting and getting your power through the submission that you give. So if you submit to your man, only if he's capable, ladies, and this is not financially, it's just a matter of like, if you can manipulate your man into feeling like that man, and he's able to give you exactly what you need.
Good.
You get what I'm saying? Like, that's what that is. When a woman tells me I'm the shit, I'm like, damn, I am the shit.
I will say this. I do agree with you there, and I also use my platform to tell women, most of the time, I said you could get a lot of honey if you know how to get the honey. And I always say you have to be able to rub a man's ego.
Of course.
And I have no problem with making you feel like you are a king.
Him. I am him.
To get exactly what I want. I always tell women it's so easy for women to get what they want out of a man. Of course. You just got to know how to play it.
And we're sexual creatures. Like, you'll get what you want for looking good. If you could look good and make me feel like I'm the only one that got this thing that look good, it's up for you, love. Now, this does not apply to every man, but because it also depends on how a man views you and his capacity to do
and
for
what
you.
he finds sexy.
Yeah, but men give. You gotta look at the women that men are actually giving to. There's some women that never worked a day in their life because they look good.
True. And sometimes it's not looks. Sometimes it's her energy. Sometimes it's what
all of that. But I could tell you a majority of men that do have money at a young age, they just want arm candy. Make me look good. How do you take a picture with me? Come outside with me. Stand with me. Like, make me feel like him because people value your beauty that much. That's facts. That's why I'm big on like a woman's beauty. I say, yo, if you look beautiful, if you know how to take care of yourself before you even meet a man, the only way is up because he has to keep up with that.
Yeah. So sometimes
because every other man wants you. Look at all the women that gets passed around in these industries. They all look the same. This is what the men want.
Yeah.
Right?
But then y'all complain about it on social media and podcasts all day long.
But like I said, y'all not in the bedrooms with these people. It's what it is.
That is true. So on that note, with lip action, you don't really care for it, but you support what they want to do.
Of course, anybody who wants to do whatever they want to do, but I just want them to be accountable for like be aware that people are going to judge you and people are going to not want to be around that or want to settle down with you. It's a sacrifice. Me having a platform and my music being about women and me moving how I move, I know I sacrifice a lot of my relationships and love life. That's what comes with the territory. Just hold yourself accountable to that. Like,
that
don't be mad. Don't be like, I'm out here posting a bunch of women singing my music and I'm flirting publicly. Like, what woman wants to be with a man like that? Because they're not gonna get to feel special because I'm posting hard eyes on every time a girl shares my song.
That makes
I understand. You know what I'm saying? So that's what comes. So I'm not gonna be here like, damn, like why can't you just? Nah, I understand. But those people that do take the time to get to know me understand that this is just the business aspect of things.
Yeah,
I appreciate
that.
You
Makes
more.
a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. So in this part of the show, I wanted to ask you and another young man that's here, Jonathan. I wanted to ask both of y'all a question. You know, on the male perspective of how they feel. I needed to, you know, because again, we're dealing with a lot of men expressing themselves, especially Tory Lane got sentenced 10 years.
That's my favorite person
10 years
in the world,
in prison recently based on his own action. And
allegedly, T.
He got sentenced.
He got sentenced and convicted with terrible evidence. Nothing was proven for fact.
I hear you.
Nothing was proven. I don't care who got convicted. We know the politics, okay? Since he went independent, that's what happened. But allegedly, I'm with you. Like, allegedly.
I hear you.
We cannot say things like
I don't have the facts. I really don't have the facts, and I do.
We weren't there.
But I understand that he was sentenced. You know, I feel terrible that he's sentenced for the time that he has. But I see a lot of men. Like, I was on TikTok 2 days ago, and I just see men up and down TikTok expressing how they feel. Black men feel like the victim. They're not able to this. A lot of men are just expressing themselves. So I wanted both of you guys, you know, opinion on how do you both feel with what's going on with men and where we are right now, 2023, where and how y'all think and feel. So on that note, Jonathan, come and join us real quick.
Pull up, my boy.
Okay, so I have two. Hello.
Twins.
Look at y'all.
Twins. I still got my hairline though, yeah.
So I wanted to know, because you know you guys are two young men, and from both of y'all perspective on expressing yourself, how do you feel where, you know, the revolution of men right now, where y'all going with how y'all feel? I want to hear y'all opinion. Because I see a lot of complaints up and down social media of men expressing how they feel and the anger towards women, and just it's more like they're saying they feel like they're the victim and all of the above. So I want to know how y'all feel.
Men are becoming the new women, to be honest. I think men are not being men. Like, they're not just standing up on their own to vocalize and focus on themselves. They're trying to speak for the woman experience. Similar to what Angela was mentioning with
I forgot to mic you up, so be loud.
I'm not being loud.
Okay, no, loud. Speak louder. Go ahead.
Similar to what Angela was saying with the woman experience of, I can't speak for her, right? So if she gonna post her ass on social media, she's gonna show what she shows. How does that bother me? You know, that doesn't really bother me or change what I look for, because I know it's either she's it or she's not. Mm-hmm. Now, to go on a social media platform and type about it like Keke Palmer, what her man?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with the Usher concert.
Mm-hmm.
Jagging it.
I mean, that's his woman. He can speak on his woman. Now, to speak on a woman that's not yours is ludicrous. That's just...
Yeah, it's too much. It's like they're voicing their opinion.
No man is out here like speaking specifically about a woman, but if you're single and you're dating, you're allowed to speak about how like you're feeling about the dating climate right now.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Fair enough.
Like, nobody's like, oh, I don't want her. They're like, no, you guys as a collective ain't shit right now, and I'm gonna talk about it.
But it's bad though.
Women who they are, like, who dictates the definition of a woman? Like, them being not it. Why aren't they it?
It's subjective to whoever's judging that.
Okay, so
I speak on my experience. Like, when I tell you I'm outside, like, I be getting hurt every week by a different girl. It hurts every time. That's what I talk about.
Wait a minute, you get hurt every week?
Yeah, but no man is gonna come. Please.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
No man is gonna come out. No man is gonna come out and be like, I went on 6 dates this week and got no pussy. Nobody's gonna say that.
No.
So they go around it by.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I'm trying to show you,
what
like,
you're
that's
saying.
the game. Like, no man's gonna be like, yo, 6 girls wasting my time.
Right.
I'm
Got me spending money.
I'm $600 in the hole.
Right.
So how do I come off and not sound like I'm a lame or a dumbass?
Yeah.
Spending all that money.
So how do I still give off like I'm the one in charge of this situation when I'm really not? That I'm telling you, I'll speak the truth. Nothing but the truth.
That makes sense.
You get
That
what I'm
makes a
saying?
whole lot
So,
of
like,
sense.
So when you have level of discernment, or even when you're just in the space where you understand, like I've been through things with women where I know my highs and my lows, so I can tell you like, oh, whoever's self-aware enough, or even it's just you as a person, like you have male friends, and your male friends, you probably have conversations where you know exactly how a man thinks. So like when you see a group of men doing stuff like that, it's because no man wants to admit to themselves that I'm not him.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what it is. Like no man wants to be like, I'm not him.
So to accept that is to like,
I have to go around it and tell you guys why you're not making me him.
And you ain't shit.
And you ain't shit.
Oh, so that's what's happening.
Is it a man's place to do that though? That's the question. I'm like,
who cares? That's my thing. It's like, you know what my problem is? You know why men are able to keep doing it? Because you have people like us talking about it right now. I swear to you, I do not give nothing energy that I don't care for. So like if you're on a certain type of timing, you are on that. I have nothing to do with that. But the fact that we're talking about it now, now you're making that man feel important, and he's, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like, but that's why it's so much a thing, because everybody's reacting to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if everybody just left it alone, you ever left somebody alone?
Yeah, completely.
Stop talking.
Stop talking.
Who you gonna talk to?
Nobody listening.
Nobody's listening. But now that I know everybody's listening, and I could trigger emotions out of people and stuff like that, that's what's going on here. Me personally, there's certain things that I don't share. You know who I love and hate at the same time? Ace Metaphor. I love what he does. I hate how he just gives away all the sauce. But I'm a fan of the space. That's why
Ace
I share
Metaphor.
the content. Tonight's conversations.
Okay. Oh yes, I love Ace. I love Ace.
Because he's always telling
share
women
great
how men
information.
are. Right.
Yeah, he does.
No, that's not what he's doing. But I love the art of it. Right? I might hate the fact that he's really telling women like,
But it's the truth.
Of course.
It's the truth. And the thing is, a lot of people don't understand that. I like what you just expressed and said that it's because they don't want to come out and admit that I had to spend money at this restaurant and you didn't give me what I wanted.
That's the nice guy effect. The nice guy effect.
Yo,
is like,
The one that was on TV. Hey everyone.
See, I'll give you one better. I'll give you one better. And we all been through this. Is being a guy that spends the $600 and then seeing who the other guy she's actually giving it to, not spending a dime.
Because he has a game.
No, it's sometimes not game. Some women are just right, but it's also like
you're just not him.
That you're not him to her. You're just not him to
Just
her.
not him.
To her.
See,
this is the thing, though.
To someone else.
Yeah,
No,
but
this is the thing. This is the thing. All right, so I'm gonna give y'all a little gem. I'm gonna give y'all a little gem. What it really is some of the time. Some of the time, you could be really him. You could be him. You're a nice guy. You're good looking. You got everything going on. And
that don't make you him though.
No. I'm gonna tell you. You could be him to her.
Yeah.
And in her head, she's like, I'm gonna give him some pussy. And you know you want to sleep with him eventually. And it happens to be that she hung out with Mikey when she's ovulating, when she about to get a period, when her hormone is like on fire, and he winds up getting it, and he becomes him. That's what happened. It's a
but
game.
If Mikey fucked the shit out of you,
What?
it's clipped for me.
It's clip. It's definitely clip.
Right? Mikey get the pussy. Mikey makes you come a little bit. Mind you, it's a little easier for you to come today because you're ovulating. It's up there.
But if he does it right, it's clip.
You get what I'm saying?
For you.
Right.
So it's like, so sometimes it's not even the man. Sometimes it's the moment. It's just the timing. With women, I tell women all the time to be careful going on dates when you're ovulating, when you have your period, because you make irrational, impulsive decisions.
Amen.
I think every man I've ever...
Hold on, let me ask
Don't
if she
judge me.
ovulating.
I think that most of the time when I make an irrational decision, it's usually when I'm ovulating or my period is around the corner. That's when I said, okay, Daddy, here it is. So we have to be very careful around that time
She's
because
giving
you
up
can.
gems now.
That's the truth.
I didn't even know it could work like that.
No, that's exactly how it works.
like we out here thinking sometimes
It's not you, baby.
The other dude, listen, y'all the problem. They say y'all the problem.
We the
most of
problem some of the time. We
Okay.
are the problem some of the time.
I can dig
and
it.
some women don't want to admit that. I tell women all the time that we play a game also and get our own self hurt. I tell women, this applies to man and woman, your feelings will have you all fucked up. Your feelings will have you out here telling a whole crackhead you love them. Your feelings will have you out here giving your pussy to the wrong dude, Mikey. You understand?
Not
Feelings
Mikey.
and emotions, it just happens.
Not Mikey.
So you have to be mindful of where you put yourself in a predicament. So that's why when it comes to my monthly, I'm not going on that date because I know I'm going to sleep with you. And it's not you being you. It's just how my body feels for that moment.
So basically what you're saying is, fellas, pay attention. Sometimes you gotta be Mikey.
It's not.
And being Mikey saves you a lot of money.
But like I said, Mikey just happens to be there at that. It's the timing. It has nothing to do with whether he got money or don't have money. It just be the timing.
I got you.
And sometimes it could be just your bag. You got bread.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you some.
Yeah.
It just worked that way. But the issue that I have is the men that take social media, cry up and down social media. But I love the fact that you express that it's an internal thing that they project based on the rejection they're experiencing.
So anybody who really getting pussy, they don't give a fuck about that shit. Like I really get, not saying that this applies to me, but it kind of does. I just don't want to come off that arrogant on the camera. I really, like, that's the thing too, like, but another thing is too, like, I'll say this, right? I've had moments where I'm able to express myself a little bit more on social media because I really get pussy. Like, regardless of what I say, what I do, I'm gonna get pussy. From the baddest, from the richest, I'm gonna get it. So that plays a role too. Like I said, there's women out here that like that. Right? There's women out here that don't like men who shut the fuck up. They want overly expressive men. They want men to tap into their feminine side. And sometimes they be fine as shit.
Yeah.
So like it's like that. Like it's always an ego thing. So sometimes it's not even always about me going around it. Sometimes it's like, yo, I could do whatever the fuck I want to do. So if I can actually express myself and get pussy, I think I'm gonna take that right most of the time.
Take it.
I get to live.
So as both two black men that are established and accomplished in your life, I've seen that, like I said, I'm tired of y'all up and down social media hollering. Do you feel like you guys are in a better place with technology, with the fact that we have access to everything among us now? Do you feel like do you feel like men are able to evolve in a better space, black men?
Collectively?
Collectively.
Oh no, it's all bad.
No, it's bad.
It's bad.
It's bad.
It's bad for fatherhood. You gotta say, it's like, when you describe manhood, what are you describing though? Like, right, it's like you're describing fatherhood, brotherhood, like certain manhood, yeah, all of that. Like, you gotta take into consideration traditionally what that is to a majority of us is that. So like, that's why you don't see male, like I don't fuck with niggas. I don't rock with niggas unless they're masculine. Like if you're overly expressive too many times in a friendship, well, we can't be cool because now you're draining. Because part of us being friends is the fact that we resist that. Like we come together to play sports and fight and do physical stuff. So we're not here to do what the ladies do.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
We're girl time to get wine.
Yeah, that's what y'all do. With us, I want to play 2K. I want to go play ball. I want to go get the anger out. Then we could talk our shit for a little bit. But it should never feel like you're crying because we hold each other accountable as men to do the best for ourselves. Right. Now, of course, you're allowed to have those seasons where you're really down and we're allowed to be. I get very vulnerable with him. Like that's my prayer buddy. That's my spiritual leader right here. So like I get those moments.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, like it's there, but it's like at the same time, like I can't suck the life out of him.
I get that.
You get what I'm saying? I can't. It's draining for men because why we could deal with the responsibilities of being a father, of being a brother. I'm the oldest of 3. I'm responsible for my siblings. My parents is getting old. So even with my parents, like I gotta take care of that. So all of that plays a role into that. Where like when we come together as men, it's to physically get it out.
It's fortitude.
Yeah. So now with men, sitting down having tea parties, of course, is being like, it's affecting us as a collective.
So you think it's affecting?
That's what I was gonna mention of what you said earlier. Of like, you resisting that expression as a man gives a woman her place to express. Because as a woman, that's what they were created to do. Women are created to feel. Yeah, women are emotional, not to say they're illogical, but knowing that high EQ of a woman, like women know how to express themselves a lot better than a man could ever because they're in tune with their emotions. That should tell you something. Like, that's her place to be expression and emotional, but as a man, to be living in your emotions and then go on the screen or put a camera on and put that out to the world, your internal problems that you haven't solved, men are becoming more like women. So
what's your suggestion? Do you think that man should go to counseling more? Do you think that man should, what are your both suggestions?
I think a man needs to find, to his point of like, find the next man that you know that you could use to sharpen you. Like, fortitude yourself around.
You gotta surround yourself around other men. Like, iron sharpens iron, and you have to be aware when you're not being sharpened, because I can't deal with enablers. I was having a conversation earlier today. I can't deal with somebody who enabled me. I need somebody who hold me accountable as my friend because of whatever the goal is in life. So if I'm trying to reach this big goal and my emotions are holding me down, if the person next to me is allowing me to cry all the time, I'm never gonna get there. But if I'm being held accountable to stop crying most of the time, like as much as toxic as that sounds, it's real though. Like, it's worked before us and it's gonna work after us. It's gonna work with us. But if we're withholding that, you can't tell me. I can't name a man who's been overly expressive that's gotten to his prime to feel like an absolute man. There's no way. I just haven't seen it yet. Yeah. Now, I don't care how big the market of capital is now for a man to make money. Money is not what makes you that. It's how much people feel safe and secure around you. How am I going to feel safe and secure around you if you're always fucking crying?
If you're not safe, if you don't feel safe as a man,
that makes a lot of sense.
You get what I'm saying? Like, that's part of us being men. Like, it's to walk out there like a pack of wolves, but if I'm the sheep,
I feel like I'm about to get.
How am I gonna step out with you when you a sheep? Cause like, and that's, I think that's the message that everybody misses. With that, it's like, yeah, I get it. Like, you're supposed to express yourself, go to counseling and do this and do that and stuff like that. But don't forget, we still gotta protect and provide. And there's a certain way in certain situations where a man has to leave his emotions out of it.
I get that. I totally get that.
It's that. And I do want to say though too, like a lot of us are not spiritual. So a lot of men don't dwell in prayer. So I mean, if you don't dwell in prayer, then I believe that you don't dwell in humility, because you're not submitting your insecurities to the higher power. You might not believe in that, whatever it is for anybody. That's just how I feel. Like, if you're not praying, if you're not self-assessing a lot to understand like where your emotions are coming from, you're always going to be able to turn that camera on and work on a circle. I do it on purpose. I know what I'm saying, but people who know me know I'll be chatting. I got a platform. It's what we do. It's lit. But for the most part, like, I'm very aware. Like, I have responsibilities and people I'm responsible for. I can't be out here crying and complaining all the time.
No, it's not. Like I said, it's not productive at all. Yeah. So the message before I close out, the message that I want to hear from both of you, what are your message to young men that I love what you both are saying. I agree with everything you both have to say. Give a message to a young man that's listening to both of y'all right now. What's your message to them?
A man
loud.
I got you. A man has 3 responsibilities in life. Is to provide, protect, and procreate. To provide doesn't mean financially, it means mentally, emotionally. So what you were saying of being solid, like, as a man, you have to know that people have to feel safe around you. For people to be safe around you, you have to be a safe person. 2? Provide. So provision isn't just putting food on the table. You have to be able to provide emotional stability, mental stability. Provision is more than just money. If you can make money, that's cool, but you have to be able to provide people with confidence that they don't have, love that they're not getting, support that they can't find. You have to be able to provide more than just money, more than just yourself. And procreation is more than just kids. I know you hear procreation, you're like, all right, just making babies. Procreation means that you're able to create out of nothing, right? So it's like the grind mentality of like, if you don't have much to work with, if all you have is $20 to your name, what can you create with $20? What can you create with what you have right now, today? Like procreation, being pro-creation.
makes sense.
That made no sense.
It sounds good though.
Sound good.
I tell, and I work with like young kids in Far Rock and changed my life honestly. But I tell everybody the same thing all the time. Like, be confident. Step where you need to step at, and your confidence is gonna say it all. Like, when you're confident in who you are and what you got going on, you're able to reassess yourself and you're able to look at things from a completely different perspective, but you're gonna be secure every time you step. And when you're secure in yourself, everybody around you feels secure.
That's a fact.
So when you move, they move. No hesitation.
Mm-hmm.
Just be confident. That's why I like Son over here. He's real confident.
Well,
real
I thank you both. I appreciate y'all coming to share this information.
Appreciate
I think
you
there's
too.
a lot of, we unpacked a little bit that we needed to unpack. It's a lot of information that you guys share that I appreciate. Young black men that are educated, they got their life in order. That is, little dog over here. But anyway, I appreciate both of y'all coming and sharing your thoughts. Again, open-minded is to have an open mind on different views and different opinion. And it doesn't matter who it comes from. I appreciate you both coming on and sharing your thoughts.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Thank you. Again, open-minded with Teemara. Thank you all. Thank you.
It's a wrap.